and welcome back to She Walks, She Paints. Hi Jack! Thank you so much for joining me again, and if you have watched any of my other videos and either liked, commented or subscribed, thank you. I really do appreciate it and it really helps me grow my channel. Today I've come back to the Fife coast, so I'm doing a bit more of the coastal route that we did in episode 3, I believe it was, which was Ely to St Monans, and today we're starting in St Monans and heading up the coast a bit more to a place called Pittenweem, which is supposed to be really beautiful, and it's a part of the coast I've not been to before. So let's head out and see what we can find. Look who found his way onto the beach already. Hey pups! This way, let's go! Daffodils are coming out. That's always nice to see. This windmill, the last remaining one in Fife, was used to pump seawater into the salt pans, which were then heated by local coal. These excavated structures are 18th century salt pans, where seawater was boiled to produce salt. In the 1790s, salt was Scotland's third largest export after wool and fish. This area around the River Forth, with its abundant coal supplies and direct shipping routes to northern Europe, was Scotland's main area of salt production for over 800 years. The salt pans at St Monans became the third largest in Fife, but only lasted around 40 years, being abandoned around 1825. From the late 17th century, the industry was in decline, although the last Scottish salt pan works in Preston pans stayed in production until 1959. It took 8 tonnes of coal to produce 1 tonne of salt. The salt pans here would have been hot, smoky and dirty, with coal burning through the night to keep the pans boiling. Very different to the calm, beautiful landscape we see today. Hey pups! Have you been on the beach? Have you been in the water? Looks a bit cold today. I just smell a coconut. The sun has brought out the coconut smell of these gorse flowers. It reminds me of warm summer holidays, a sharp juxtaposition with the cold wintry weather. The blossoms can be foraged to make flavoured syrups, vinegars or even gorse tea. Yeah, pups! On the last part of the coastal path that we walked, there were medieval castle ruins dotted along the route. However, this section seems to favour outdoor swimming pools instead. Constructed in the Victorian or Edwardian eras, these pools were built to offer a safe haven from the wild North Sea, during a time when many levels of society had more free time for leisure pursuits such as swimming. Built before many health and safety constraints came into force, these pools have often been left to weather the harsh conditions of the coast and fall into disrepair. However, many have been revived in recent years due to the rise in popularity of outdoor swimming. I love the contrast here between the choppy seawater and the calm of the pool. I don't really do a lot of hunting for sea glass. Having Jack around doesn't make it very easy because he gets very excitable at the beach. But that little flash of blue just caught my eye. Hey! Little piece of cobalt blue. And that's actually a gorgeous colour as well. I like the tiny wee bits. I do collect little bits of sea glass if I see them. Beautiful. I don't know what that is. Maybe a little bit of tile. Very sea worn. Probably leave that for someone else. So for someone who doesn't pick up sea glass very much, I've just found a whole handful of tiny little pieces. They do look lovely in the tiny little bottles that Willie gets for me when he's digging, so I'll take those home. We're nearly at Pittenweem now, which is the little village that we're trying to get to. So I've just taken shelter in this little building at the top of the cliff. And we'll head down into the village. Pittenweem is the most active of the fishing villages along the coast of Fife. The village name means place of the cave, referring to a nearby cave which was used as a chapel by St Fillan in the 700s. This beautiful village was recently named Scotland's #1 beauty spot for 2022, and it's not hard to see why. met a lady on the path who told me about an old saying from the mid-1800s. When gorse is out of bloom, kissing is out of season. Because in general, gorse is in bloom year round. The Anstruther Fish Bar is a must-do in this area of Fife. They have won multiple awards for the best fish and chips in the country, the perfect reward for a brisk coastal walk. It even gets the royal seal of approval. Prince William and Kate Middleton were regulars here when they were at university in St Andrews, as well as Hollywood royalty Tom Hanks and Robert De Niro have visited. Although we had fish and chips today, I usually find somewhere to get coffee and cake on my travels. If you want to support my channel and buy me a coffee, you can do so on my Ko-fi page. The link is in the video description below. All done now, gonna head back along the coastal path to St Monans where we started. Fortunately had those fish and chips in Anstruther, so I'm feeling nice and energised after that, and I've got to do all that walking now to work it off. So you get to skip that bit. I'll see you back in the studio and we'll see what I can paint from today. love all the tiny details that you discover when you take the time to look a bit closer. I always thought gorse bushes were just green, but now I see that the tips of the spines are yellow and red. I've had this watercolour pen in neon highlighter yellow for a while, but never used it. Here I'm experimenting with it to bring an extra bit of brightness to the yellow, where the bright sun is hitting the gorse flower. I just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has bought prints for my Etsy store. As I'm just starting out on YouTube, I don't get any money for making these videos, and while I love doing them, it does take a lot to keep this channel going. The income I get from selling prints really does help me to continue doing what I love and sharing that with you. If you wish to support me by buying a print, the link to my Etsy store is in the video description below. Here I'm using my coaster to mix a shade of red-brown for the tiny bristles on the gorse bud. I need very light, delicate strokes without a lot of pigment to capture the hairy texture. The spines were more complicated than I anticipated, with so many lines crossing over. I had to really study the structure of the plant. got too close.